Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Sammy from the Small Urban Greens Homestead. Today, as the title says, we are going to be talking about the loofah. First time I am growing the loofah, so there was a lot of fails, but I'm going to take you along my journey and to show you what is going on. So we started these loofahs last year in late winter, early spring, but you can see what has happened here. As I said, it's my first time doing loofahs. Didn't know how sturdy the structure had to be. And this actually happened last week, that it just collapsed. But I'm going to just do some reinforcement just to make sure that my vine doesn't snap, because I've still got loads of baby loofahs that are busy growing and loads of flowers that will eventually turn into loofahs. So here's one piece of advice I will give you guys. Just make sure that your arch that you plant your loofahs on is sturdy. I actually thought this was very sturdy, because if you look at, if I go backwards here, I have a climbing rose bush on this arch and it's fine, only because it hasn't got anything heavy on it. So for something simple like this, I guess it's fine to do some mesh with a loop, plastic loop like this. But if you're going to be doing things like loofahs and that, anything heavier, I would suggest to make sure that it is a better quality arch than what I did. So this is my first time growing loofahs, and obviously I have learned. I have a plan of action on what to do with some of my trellis that I will be custom making and making it much more sturdy. But just wanted to show you guys the loofahs. I've just learned that one loofah plant will give you over 20 loofahs. Right now I think I've counted like over 7, and we've got 2 plants. We've got a plant on this side and a plant on that side. And the very first 2 loofahs, if I go further down here, this is the one loofah. You can see how big it is. This variety is called the African loofah, I think. Omo African loofah. The 2 that is on here are also quite big, and you can see this one is starting to go yellow. Eventually it will go brown, and then when it's brown and a bit crispy, you'll be able to hear it. It's time to then open it up. So when it goes brown and the vine all starts dying off, I'll harvest this and let this sit until it is ready to actually be open. You can see that I've actually gone and covered all the baby loofahs that have started to come out, because what I've learned is that the wasps end up stinging it. And I'll show you a perfect example. If we come over here, it's a perfect example of what happens. So this got stung by a wasp. You can see the hole over there, and the whole thing is busy dying off. You can see they've gone and stung this one again, even though I tried to protect it because it got stung there, but couldn't find anything bigger than these bags. And yeah, they just got stung so many times, just trying to protect what I have left. And you can just see I've lost another one over there, but there is some new ones that are busy growing that I've got in little bags, and there's still loads more growing. So there's one over there, and I'm just going to go through them just to check what else I can actually cover, because I've got some more bags that I'll be able to cover the baby loofahs on until they a bit bigger for me to take the bags off, but yeah, you can actually feel how spongy these things are. So if I come over here and I actually feel them, you can feel how spongy it's already gotten. And we will have these beautiful flowers, little buds and then flowers. Then all the pollinators will come in and pollinate some of these flowers. The flowers will then give me baby loofahs. We'll try to find one. So you can see over there, there's a loofah that's starting to grow. See if there's anything smaller than that. So over there in the distance, very weird shape. One over there as well. Try focus. So there's one there and one there. And they'll eventually start growing to be like that with the flower still on. You see another one over there. And you see another one, or another two over there. And then they get to that point. So when they're about this point, you are able to feel them. You can actually harvest this, the loofahs. They are actually edible. And a lot of Asians and like foreign cuisines, they like to cook with loofahs. And I'm not going to be cooking with any of my loofahs. They are purely to grow. So we can harvest these and use the sponges inside for shower. We can use it for a back scrub, for the dishes. But also you can actually take that out, cut it, and like flatten it to make bedding for your chicken coop or even your quail coop. That is what we might use 90% of the loofahs for. But yeah, guys, just make sure that your arch is a little bit more sturdy when growing something heavy like this. And as I said, I did not know how many loofahs it was going to give me, how heavy it was. This was my first time having arches in the homestead. And obviously I've learned, and it's all about learning. So we'll come back to this plant when it is time to actually harvest all our loofahs and give you an update on that soon.
Much later.
It is the 26th of April, and I haven't been in the garden for about 4 days because I've been sick. But today I've come out, the sun is out finally. And if you look behind me, you can see there is 2 loofahs and they are ready to be harvested. But these ones turned yellow, but now they're starting to, it looks like they're starting to rot. So I want to harvest it before anything else and then put it aside and let it dry out naturally. So you can see this one seems to be okay. It is browning like it's supposed to. It feels very spongy. But this one I'm worried about because it's gone brown at the bottom. Not sure if that's normal. It doesn't look like it, but we are going to just harvest these 2. Okay, it's our first loofah. It's quite light and okay. So I've gone and harvested the loofahs. They look quite nice. This one is perfect. It feels spongy, and I'll leave this out until this browns, and then we'll peel it together and see what's inside. This one should be fine. But if you look over there, something has stung it, and I'm not sure if this is the result why it's going brown. But this I'll also leave out. So our very first 2 loofahs.
Much later.
Absolutely beautiful evening. Quickly give you guys an update on the loofahs. They are starting to go yellow, and then they'll start going brown. So this one, hopefully next week I take off. Loads of new ones also. This one is very small, it's starting to go yellow. So as soon as it hits a brown tinge, I'll harvest that. Unfortunately, we lost quite a few. You can see that one, it's not brown. It's actually soggy, absolutely soggy. Moist, moist, moist. A little baby one there. But if I swing around here, this one got attacked and eaten horribly. And very, very soft down here. Not sure how that one's going to turn out. But they're looking great. Starting to size up. This one is still gigantic. Absolutely massive. And then we've got some in between. And some over here. And there's a whole bunch of new ones as well. So these will to start sizing up as well. And quickly go inside and show you the 2 we did harvest. And they actually browned very nicely. You can hear the seeds in them. Another loofah I didn't even see. Awesome. We're in the room, and I just wanted to show you. This one is brown. It is so light, and you can hear the seeds. So probably peel this back maybe next week. It is ready now, but I'm not going to do it now. And this is probably also ready, but I can't really hear the seeds. And this is the one that kind of like browned, and I harvested because I was just afraid that it was going to rot. Not sure how much damage has been done, but the top, oh, looks pretty cool. They say if you shake it, you're supposed to hear the seeds like this one. So I'm not sure how ripe this one is, but it's pretty crunchy and crunchy. It's pretty ripe and ready to be peeled.
Much later.
Everyone, it has been months since we've been waiting for our amazing loofahs to actually ripen. And I harvested a few weeks ago, maybe over a month ago, and they've ripened nicely. So I've got 2, and if you hear, so that's one way you know that it's ripened, is when you shake it, you should be able to hear all these seeds. This one not too much, this one definitely, and also by the color. So from that green, when it goes about a yellow color, a browny color, you harvest it. You put it away in a shady area until it gets to this point, but also you can hear the seeds in it. And then it's time to reveal what's in these amazing loofahs. So today I get the privilege to actually open and see how many seeds we actually got from this one loofah. Okay, because this one I can hear has got more seeds, we're going to try and open this one first. I've got something I can catch the seeds in, and such a awesome sound. Just want to see the seeds that come out. all these seeds. Black beautiful seeds. And that can be for our next vine. Won't grow so many, but amazing. So gave me quite a lot of seeds. And I can see some more seeds in here, but look at that. That's, you know, our very first loofah. And this we can either cut it open, lay it out, make nesting. Okay, so what we are planning to do with these loofahs is some will be for the bathroom where you put a stick there and you scrub your back. You buy it in these shops and they are just so expensive. I think last time I looked for a loofah it was 129 Rand. And that's so easy to grow. You can see how much the vine actually gives you. It's given us like nearly 50 loofahs. Some being eaten by insects, laying their eggs in the wasps' hole, and then them rotting. But majority of these guys have done very, very well. But you can make a loofah for your shower. You can cut them in nice pieces and make like a sponge. You can use it in your kitchen. You can also cut it in slices, nice thick slices, and I see a lot of people put soap in it. So you have soap loofah. But majority of these guys are going to be experimented with cutting it open, flattening it, and seeing if we can't use it in our chicken or our quail cages as bedding. Apparently it's easy to clean, it's easier to maintain, so we'll just give it a try. But guys, we got our first loofah. It looks cool. I see a lot of seeds in it, so I'm trying to figure out how do you get the seeds out. I do see a lot of people rinsing this out and then letting it dry and then using it. So comment below and just tell me, do you bleach it? I know a lot of people don't bleach it. I like the normal look, but how do you get the seeds out, and what is my next step, or what should my next step be for the others that need to still ripen? But if I shake it, I can still try and get some of these seeds out. And I'll show you all the seeds that we've collected so far, but I'm going to open the other loofah now. Okay, this loofah did get stung by a wasp, you can see there, and that's why I took it off. It was starting to brown and rot there. I see a lot of my guys rotting there. I'll take you over to show you what's been happening. Oh, this one's a nice one. And let me know if there's a technique to opening loofahs.
A few moments later.
Not sure if something's living in this one, but it's dry. Okay, so this is the best I could do. I'm not going to be taking this off. It looks like it's really matted inside. And if I look on the inside, I'm not sure if you guys can see where the wasp has stung. Something must have crawled and it's starting to mold, and it looks really horrible and black inside, like there's bacteria. What I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to have to cut this off. Comment below and tell me, is that the correct way to do it before I go and waste all my other loofahs, in case that's not the way. But I don't know how else to get my seeds out of here. I'm going to cut it here where the infected area is and then take it from there. Okay, I managed to open it. Whatever was living inside here, you can see that there's webs in that inside, but once we actually clean it and that, it should be fine. We've saved half of it at least. I'll get the seeds out. Oh, okay. There you go. The seeds are starting to come out now that I've cut it. We might still be able to utilize maybe a strip like that on this one, but this piece over here doesn't look too lacquer. So I'll show you close up how it's looking. How cool is that? Nice healthy one. And then with these ones, as I say, it doesn't look too lacquer inside. Maybe I can save it, I'm not sure. But check all these seeds. All got loads and loads and loads of seeds. And all we want is maybe 5. We want to go mad growing all of this. Let me show you an update on the loofah plants. So there are still loads of loofahs. This one is the biggest one. It is maybe 2.5 size bigger than we've just halved. See some of the loofahs. Guys, I hope this video was amazing, that you guys followed along, that you actually will be giving loofahs a try, because not only is the journey and the experience of growing a loofah awesome and fun, but also you get to learn a little bit about a plant that you've never ever tried before. And also when you harvest it, you can actually utilize what you've harvested. The reward is amazing. Comment below and tell me what else you guys use loofahs for. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, so you don't miss out on any more of our tips that we share in the garden. Remember, we're here to learn together as we grow together, and I'll see you in the next video.